All right, so this lesson we're going to learn how to subtract polynomials, but before we get started, let's take a minute right now and try the warm-up. So go ahead and hit pause and complete the warm-up. When you're finished, hit play. Combining like terms, we want to write our answers in standard form, so we start with the largest exponent first. We have x to the third power and x to the third power. So I can combine those together, but a positive 1x to the third and a negative 1x to the third make a 0. These make a 0, so those are gone. The next largest exponent is x to the first power, and then I have x to the first power here. This one does not have a variable, so it is not a like term. 5 minus 8 is negative 3x, and then plus 3. In the last lesson, we learned that if we have positive parentheses, we can just ditch them. So in front of this parenthesis is nothing, so it's implied that it's positive, so I can just ditch those parentheses and rewrite exactly what I see. In front of this parenthesis, again, is a plus sign. So I can ditch the parentheses and write exactly what I see. Nothing has changed. And now I'm just going to combine my like terms. When you add a negative, or we have a plus and a minus next to each other, it makes a negative. So I'm going to basically ignore that sign because this becomes a negative 6x. Combine like terms, starting with the largest exponent first. Here I have x to the second power, and there's no other x to the second power. So I'm going to start with positive 4x squared. Remember, we keep the sign in front of the term. Next, x to the first power, I have x to the first power, x to the first power. Together, those make negative 3x. And then I have plus 4 minus 8, which is negative 4, or minus 4. They mean the same thing. Okay, so now what we're going to do is get into the actual lesson for today, which is subtracting polynomials. We remember from yesterday and what we just said with the warm-up that if they are positive parentheses, you can ditch them. But if the parenthesis is negative, then change the signs.
Abigail Parrish to the main office. Abigail Parrish to the main office.
Okay. So if the parenthesis is negative, then change the signs inside. So hit pause and finish writing that if you need to. So if I look at this first parenthesis, in front of it, it is a positive parenthesis. So I can just ditch the parentheses and change nothing. But the second set of parentheses has a negative in front of it, which means I need to change the signs of everything inside. So this 3a to the fourth, in front of it is nothing, which means it was positive, so I'm going to change it to negative. This minus 3a was negative, I'm going to change it to positive. Oops. And this plus 1 was positive, I'm going to change it to minus 1, or negative. So that's it. All I did was I changed the signs of everything inside. And now it's exactly what we've been doing. I'm going to combine my like terms, starting with the largest exponent first. 1 minus 3 makes negative 2a to the fourth. Negative 2a plus 3a makes positive 1a, and then minus 1. So see if you can do G on your own. Hit pause. In front of this parenthesis is nothing, which means it's positive, so I'm going to rewrite it exactly as I see it. In front of the second parenthesis is a minus sign, so that means it's going to distribute to the terms inside, and it's going to change their signs. Because in reality, it's like there's a negative 1 in front that is multiplying, and that is the reason why the signs change. So instead of negative x squared, it becomes positive x squared, or plus x squared. And instead of negative 4, it becomes positive 4, or plus 4. And now we're back to our warm-up, where we're combining like terms. So starting with the largest exponent first, 3 and 1 make 4. Next we have x to the first power, so minus 2x. And then we have plus 8 plus 4, which is plus 12. If it's not making sense, rewind, watch it again. Hit pause and try to do h on your own. In front of this parenthesis is nothing, so it's positive and we can just ditch the parentheses. In front of the second parenthesis is a minus sign, which means it's going to distribute to the signs inside. Inside of this parenthesis is positive z to the third, so it's going to become negative z to the third. And then minus 5 becomes plus 5. We're going to combine our like terms. 11 minus 1 is 10. Then negative 2 or minus 2z plus 5. If it's not making sense, try re-watching this again and just listening this time around rather than writing. If you are good, your homework is on page 8 and page 9. Go ahead and do that now.